How's it going, everyone? Wayne the Unknown here, and welcome back to another episode of Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community and conventions. I realized I need to shorten that intro. Anyway, I am joined here by some guests, and they are going to be talking about their experience from Wasabi Con 2023, which happened, last month, I think it was?
Wasabi Con was last week.
Or last week, really?
Yeah,
Well, by the time this is out, it'll be like 2 weeks, three,
fair enough.
somewhere in between that. We also have a new guest. You may have seen them when I interviewed them in Consul at Animate for 2022. Animate for 2022. I'm here with Mary Torres and Consul Cosplay. Real quick, since you're new to this, Mary, mind introducing yourself and letting people know about your convention and cosplay experiences real quick?
Yeah. Yeah, I go by Meritorious Cosplay. Either call me like Mary or Zero or hey you over there. I get Ginger a lot, obviously, but in cosplay not as much.
I don't think I've ever
But
seen you without a wig before.
I know it's I was literally thinking that as I was brushing my hair, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a first, especially with my hair down. I always have it up, but I just took a shower, so I was like, I better let it dry out first. So but I've been cosplaying for about like 6 years now, but like actually like taking the craft seriously, it's been about like 4 years. And I've been also same thing going conventions about like 6 years too. And just bouncing around, having fun, just doing me.
Hey, as I always say, there is nothing wrong with that. So
Mhm.
as stated, we are going to be talking about Wasabi Con, and since you're new to this, Mary,
Mhm.
um how is this your first time going to Wasabi, or have you gone before?
I've gone before. I believe it was 2021, I think was the first one because I was gonna go in 2020 and then,
Thanks for that,
nothing really
COVID.
happened. So, but yeah, I think that, yeah, 21. Or I'm
Well,
like, I don't know, sometime.
I think
Whenever it was in
21
the
was the
Sheridan.
I think 21 was the first time it was actually called Wasabi Con, correct? Wasabi Con PDX
You're right.
because it was
So right.
it was previously Fandom PDX, correct?
Yeah, because I thought that's why I was
Oh,
like, I thought it was
I have heard of
2019.
I have heard of Phantom PDX.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I lied.
previously Fandom PDX, and then prior to Fandom PDX, it was like
It was
Anime PDX.
NewCon.
No, yeah, but
Because it was NewCon
NewCon.
turned into Fandom, and then Fandom got bought out, was rebranded into WasabiCon.
Yes, I
They've been doing
believe
that
that
a,
is
they've been
what
doing
it
that
is.
a, they've been doing that a lot lately. I mean, look at Wizard World is now called Fan Expo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The timeline might be a little bit different. I swear there was like an anime PDX kind of slid in there somewhere. But overall, I think, yeah. I think
Yeah.
as far as it being called WasabiCon PDX, it's only been 2 years
Yeah, that
this year.
I remember in 2020 I stopped by a local video game store and they had like those paper pamphlets of
Mhm.
announcing they were announcing Wasabi Cons. Like, what is that? And I remember it showed one of the guest voice actors, and it was the guy who voiced Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
Yeah. That
Uh,
Yeah.
one I think was at the Sheridan before. Now it's at the Hilton. Because I
Yeah.
remember like they were like tucked away because like Tanjiro's voice actor was like all the way in the back, and then Sailor Jupiter's was on the other side.
oh God, that walk must have been a.
It wasn't
Hmm.
like a big room or anything, but they
Ugh.
just like split them up for I don't know why.
Same question for you, Console. How long have you been going to this con, and have you gone to it prior before it was changed to Wasabi?
Yes. So I had been going to this con like even before it was purchased by Green Mustard Entertainment, which I believe is the
That's
parent
a
company.
interesting name, Green Mustard Entertainment. I'm not making
Yeah.
fun of it. It's just I've never heard of a company named Green Mustard. No,
Yeah,
I haven't heard
so
of Green
it was
Mustard.
I had been going to that con before it was purchased by Green Mustard. Um so it's been a long time since I've been going to that con, but as far as it being under the parent company, Green Mustard Entertainment, I've been going since then, at least.
Nice.
Previously, when it was under different ownership as well, but like, so I believe 3 years. I don't
Yeah.
know. However long it's been for Green Mustard, I've been going.
It's been a really long time then.
Yeah.
But I do like the name, and I do like Wasabi Con's mini dragon mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Does
cute.
that it's like does that have a specific name, or is it just the Wasabi Con mascot?
I
I
think
don't
it
know.
has a name. I have no clue.
I'd have to Google it. I don't know. Maybe.
So back to you, Zero. What was it like this year going to Wasabi Con?
I actually quite enjoyed it, if I'm going to be honest with you. I know obviously everything has like its faults, but the way that it was layered out, I thought was a lot better than it was, especially last year. Because they had the 3 floors instead of having one all the way at the top, they had it just like the bottom, the normal level, and then the third one. And so it was all just like right here. And also like for the way that they set up all the places too for like traffic flow and like in line con not being line con how it was so bad last year. It was very much like I had room to breathe, so I felt like it was such an improvement and I enjoyed it a lot more.
It sounds like you had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, and you said it was a much bigger space than the year prior.
Yeah, because it was like I don't know, last year it was just like the way that they set things up, it was like in the way of like just normal people walking to like get your badge. It filled up the whole entire hallway and it made the whole entire room, like even just like the lobby floor, it made it like humid. And it was gross to just be
I
in.
mean, when so many people are crowded, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I know a good example of a crowded con. Not gonna say the name, but if you know, you know. When you have
Yeah.
so many people cramped into one space at a convention, there's no airflow going through.
Yep.
So of course you're gonna sweat. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna smell all that bo.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know.
It was last year was not too good, but the way that they did it like this year, again, like there was just actually like space to just be in, which was so awesome to like see and have everybody not like to my experience, like a lot of people weren't complaining and I wasn't complaining either. So I really enjoyed it with how like I will never, especially whenever there's people that are actually like guiding you on like where to go. I will always appreciate that too.
Oh,
And there were
they were like,
people there.
oh, there was people that were like guiding you where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Did they also have? I know some cons do it, but they also have signs as well?
Not too many on the signs as much. Like that was one of the things that I could think of to like improve is that like especially about like a map. I genuinely could only find one map and it was all the way at the bottom floor and tucked away in this corner. And I was
That's
like, there needs to be a more of these rooms.
I agree. More cons need those, or put like one on their website so people can like
Yeah.
screenshot it and everything. Console, same question. How was Wasabi for you this year?
Um, Again, much better than last year. Much like Zero was saying, the layout was so much better. They gave more space to pretty much every area. Like there was more alley space, there was more space for the autographs, there was more panel rooms. There was just more space in general. One of my favorite things about WasabiCon that they did have last year, that they kept this year was keeping all of the 18 plus booths
Yeah.
separate
Good.
from the regular booths. So like you had to show your ID to get into any of the 18 plus sections, which is probably my favorite thing about WasabiCon, which is such a small thing, but it's but like
Yeah.
It's like, sorry,
protecting.
Junior, you got a few more years
Yeah.
before you can see all this explicit stuff.
Yeah, protecting minors is like super important to me. So like it was so awesome to see that they have like a whole separate section for that. Um which was great. But yeah, the layout was awesome. I feel like they had a new main stage too, new main
Mm-hmm.
stage
Mm-hmm.
area, which was a lot bigger and a lot better in my opinion. Which was awesome. It was in a different room and it was great. Much bigger, much better. It actually felt like a stage, whereas like
Yeah.
last year just kind of felt like a little platform that you just kind of like walked around on.
Nice.
They had pre-signups for the contest, which was awesome. Which
Really?
last year it was same day signups. So
Yeah.
having pre-signups for the competitions, uh, in my opinion, is a lot better. And that's what I think they improved on a lot. Yeah.
So real quick, if you can kind of explain it, because when I was talking to the Soccer Rangers last night, cosplay me was talking about pre-registration. I've never heard of that for a cosplay contest. Mind just a little bit. Talk about their pre-registration for a cosplay contest at Wasabi.
I don't know how their specific process went as far as pre-registration goes, but I know a lot of larger cons like Komori Con, Sakura Con, Rose City, Wizard World, they all have pre-signups before
Mhm.
the convention. So
Yeah.
they'll usually open up applications 2, 3 weeks
Mhm.
before the
Oh,
convention.
so you
I'm
can
not
go,
quite
so you
sure.
can go on the website, unlike most cons where if you want to sign up for the cosplay contest, you actually have to be there and sign your name on a piece of paper.
No, no, it would be all through the website.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's actually
So
not a bad system, and plus it's less confusing, just as long as there's no technical difficult issues when there are, when it gets ready closer to the contest.
and it also allows the organizers to be a lot more organized too.
Mhm.
Because you don't have to try and read people's handwriting, because I personally have chicken scratch handwriting.
Same.
Um, so yeah, you don't have to read people's handwriting, you don't have to try and figure out like who the character is. You can kind of do all that research and stuff like ahead of time. Um, and organize it well by category, whether it's beginner or advanced or youth group or a group cosplay or a skit or whatever. Like all of that can be
Nice.
organized ahead of
And I'm
time
sure
before the day of the convention.
they'll
Mhm.
like once people register, they can print all that stuff out and read it as it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So it was nice to see WasabiCon doing pre-registration for their contests. So
Mhm.
Nice. So back to you, Mary. What did you do at con this year?
Honestly, just like a little bit of everything. We always go to like at least try to go to like the lip sync and like the cosplay contest, and we'll always go to like a few panels just because we're like, oh, we need to sit. At least for me, I
Oh
need to
no,
sit.
oh no, I agree. It's like when you're walking a con, especially if you're like, wearing heels or like a lot of, because
Yeah.
I know both of you are known for wearing heels or, going barefoot as Toph. I'm not calling you out or anything, but I know when you're on your feet all day at a con, especially if it's all hard flooring,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I need to sit down and just
Mhm.
like sit on my ass for a few minutes.
Seriously, I will literally just pop a squat like right in the middle of the floor all the time.
So what kind of panels do they have that you saw that you went to?
Well, I know that the ones that we went to, it was like more or less to like support like local cosplayers is what we did. Um there were some that were like we could go to this, but like only like we have time, just kind of like moseying, but it was like just to support fellow cosplayers, just like informative panels more or less, which we always can enjoy.
Ooh, the educational ones. Nice.
Hmm.
I think those are fun, especially for those who are considering on getting into this hobby.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, one of the ones we went to that was like informative was like how to make money off of cosplay.
Oh, basically
Um
cosplay as a career.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So definitely, some insights and, and especially because a lot of people had like a bunch of questions, which was like really cool to see with like the interactions between like the person that like has like all that fame that like makes money off of it and then like giving like advice. So then hopefully people can, take that into consideration if they really want to pursue that and well, hopefully be inspiration. So because we always want to support people in their dreams.
Oh yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. And for what I've seen, cosplay as a full-time career is no easy task.
Seriously though.
Same question for you, Consul. What did you do at the con this year?
I mean, again, pretty much the same thing. Hung out with friends, artist alley,
Yeah.
panels, lip sync, cosplay contest, the huge.
Yeah, we hung out the whole time, so.
Nice. Any favorite booths, artists catch your fancy?
If I remembered any names of artists.
I was gonna say that, like always, like we have like our artist friends. I can never remember their name, but they have a lot of One Piece stuff. So
I
don't know.
Poolville Capricorn, I
I
believe.
know. I
is
also
their
know Muchi art was
Instagram.
there as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know them.
Muchi,
Mhm.
which is their stuff. If you haven't had a chance to look at Muchi stuff, real quick shout out. Highly recommend looking at their page. It is worth it.
Yeah, and they're an awesome
Yeah.
person too.
Yeah, looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing them at Animate for this year as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a good time just roaming around the con.
Mhm.
Whoever one of you can answer is how many days is this con and when does it start and when does it end?
It was a 2-day con. It was Saturday, Sunday. Although they did have on Friday, they had badge pickup on Friday.
Oh,
So a
good.
lot of people came in the day before and picked up their badge and
I love
just
when
hung out and had fun.
I love when cons do that because
Day zero.
it makes it so much easier compared to again cons that don't do that who for people like can't go that day. 'Cause I know
Mhm.
there are cons that don't do a day zero, like you have to be there the day of the con to get your badge or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
One
mm-hmm.
thing I thought was weird about that was that they were only doing badge pickup for weekend only, which I was like, I guess I understand, but like at the same time, it's like, why can't you just do like everyone? But like, to each their own, I guess.
no, I mean my experience with badge pickup when me and my sister went to SAC Anime, they gave us our badges and then they also gave us the the wristband, which
Mhm.
is an annoying thing.
Yeah.
Do they do wristbands here too or just the badges?
Mm-mm.
They
Just like
did
lanyards.
wristbands
Oh, yeah.
for 18 plus content.
Yeah.
Okay, well
So
that makes sense, like proof of like, but
Yeah.
even though I'm sure there are even people like younger ones, those who are under the age of 18, even though they may have a wristband, they still had to show their ID. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Oh, I hope no one's.
Once we got our wristband, because it's like one of those like it's just like the normal paper ones.
Oh,
not like
not like the plastic ones that are like just get
yeah,
all.
not the like the.
Oh yeah, I've worn both the paper and the
words.
Snap-on ones.
Snap. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those paper ones.
Yeah, just the normal like carnival like paper ones, and so if you were to like cut it off, like you can't like put it back together unless like you really want to be sneaky about it or whatever. But and they did I would say they did them kind of loose, and I even told them, I was like, you can do mine tight because I like mine like on my body.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Wait, what does it say? Age what?
Age verified.
I mean that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
Especially for cons, because not every con has an 18 plus area where you can go look at booths or stuff like that.
Normally it's just like whoever the artist is.
Oh
like,
wow, that's
they'll
pretty,
just
okay.
Be like,
that's pretty cool. And it's got the Wasabi. Oh, that is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I may have to go. I may have to go to. So is that for like all attendees or?
Yeah, so this is just like
Yeah.
the normal weekend pass.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're actually really nice.
And
That
that's
is
how they
one
were
thing.
last year too.
For someone who's
They also had like the big lanyard too with
for
them.
someone who collects see, and I've seen more of those lately. The one the that looks like a credit card,
Mm-hmm.
not
Mhm.
not
Yeah,
compared to like oh the
I
Sack
like
Anime
this
one, which is
style.
like
Me
I like
too.
that because the one I got from Sack Anime was like made from the same material as a business card.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly
And was that like just it? Like it was just like a thing with like
I can show you real quick.
yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna grab my box of badges.
I know.
While
I was
we're
like,
at-
my sitting in the other room.
This is a badge from Sack Anime 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Well, at
really
the
really.
it came with the protector, right?
Oh yes, it did.
That's good.
Yeah,
Because I've been to some conventions that don't have those and it's just paper. And of
oh yeah,
course
no.
we live in a rainy state.
Oh yeah, no.
So
This came. I can see console grabbing their other badges.
they have a whole box.
Oh dear
My box
God.
of badges.
But
I
yeah,
have a basket.
see,
Mine's an all kinds of
mine
basket.
mine hang up on a wall. I need to get an actual hook for it instead of thumbtacks. Because I'm
Yeah,
gonna be collecting more
I
of those
wanna
things.
get like a cork board and put it on a cork board, but for now, everything they're just in a basket.
Oh, you
with all
have
the ones
like
that don't have lanyards.
I've seen people like have like the big like paper stack of like lanyards. They can just like do that, and it's just
Like,
like
oh, ribbons?
yeah.
Yeah, oh, I
Yeah,
love
so-
ribbons.
Yeah, so this is my Kuroko one. It's like just the paper, but it's got the plastic cover.
Yep, same
and
with
then
my sack.
ribbons.
Yeah, same with my sack and my 2 media coverage badges from Anna Medford and Metal Arc last year. But
Yeah.
I honestly mean, I
This is
know.
Washington State SummerCon.
Oh,
That
so
same kind of plasticky.
Yeah,
credit
I love
card.
those.
See, I mean, I know. I know reason why some cons do the paper one is because they're cheaper. Because you're, you know,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like you're having to pay a lot more for that. So next, back to you, Mary. What cosplays did you do for these 2 days?
Oh, I did Nami from One Piece as
Nice.
always.
Did you use your actual
And
hair or a wig?
no, not. I mean, I have for when my hair was shorter, which that's actually the reason why I'm growing out my hair. I just have about like this much to go.
You're gonna be doing her newer look where her hair's a lot longer.
Yeah, so I've done already a couple like with her shorter hair with my hair. But then I'm gonna actually do it and then I'm gonna buzz off my head again and I'm really excited to have not long hair.
So
But I love that. I love that movement
which
so
version
much.
of Nami did you do? Her original version or the one where she's wearing the skin tight pants and the bikini top?
That one, her Fishman Island look or the stereotypical post time skip look. That's the one I did. And I had my big staff, of course, and if anybody attended and is watching this, yes, that was me with the all the way to the top.
How
I was
tall?
a
How
big
tall was
shopping
that?
cart,
How
is what I
tall?
like
How
to
tall
say.
was that staff? Because I did see pictures.
Oh, I don't know how tall it is. It's really big though. Like
Isn't
it's
it like
my
7
own
feet?
ceiling. It's taller than my own ceiling.
Oh dear God. That's
Isn't
Yeah.
it like 7 or 8 feet?
I have no clue. It's probably 7 or 8 feet though. And especially because the way that I carry it, it's in my car. I wish I could show you, but I have my other staffs at the very but the way that I carry them too is that I keep them all the way up like this.
Okay.
And so then you can really see it all the way
Okay,
up.
it kind of reminds me of Goku's
This is my other Nami staff though.
it
I'm
kind of
not done
reminds
with
me
it.
of Goku's power pole from Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love my staffs. I have so many Nami staffs. It's not even funny. Yeah, there's already just 3 in that corner over there,
geez.
which is where I got this.
Nice. So what was the other cosplay you did then?
Yeah, I did Nami, and then I did Rin Soma from Fruits Basket.
And I'm looking him up. I'm familiar with the anime.
Yeah,
just
no
not
worries.
not a lot of the characters. And I was Ren
Yeah,
Soma from
he
Fruits Basket.
comes in later in the series, so
Old series or the one that's more faithful to the manga?
technically the reboot, yeah, is more faithful to the manga than the original.
It's a her. Okay, this is
Yeah, she's the spirit of the horse. Yeah.
That's a lot of freaking hair.
Yeah,
Holy
she
shit.
does. I mean, it's not the longest wig I have,
Which
so it wasn't that bad
which
actually.
outfit version do you do of her school uniform? Because she's got like a bunch of different looks.
Yeah, I did the one where she's in like a white tank top, and then like she's, which I didn't wear it because I didn't want to buy it because I was like, this is just something that I have.
This
Yeah,
version.
like that one. That's exactly the one that I wore.
Those heels, holy shit.
Yeah, she's the spirit of the horse.
That's crazy. What was it like cosplaying her in those boots?
Oh, it wasn't bad. I've cosplayed her before, and I've cosplayed with boots a lot crazier. So
I mean,
not too bad.
I've heard stories people like wearing like seven like to like heels that big.
All right, if you insist.
Oh God.
I
We always keep it interesting on this series.
So I've
Yeah.
got these ones, which I love very much. And then I've got like more of a smaller one. And then I've got like these.
Oh geez.
And then I've got like also like demonias too. Like I actually like did like pole training in these as well, which is the reason why I know how to walk in like any heel.
Oh
Not to
geez.
mention my kohaku shoes. Those ones are fun. Everybody asks me how to walk in those. And I'm like,
Kohawk. I'm just gonna look up
well,
Kohawk. Oh.
I'll bring the shoes at the very least.
It's Kohaku from Dr. Stone. They have like very weird.
What
Yeah.
the and so I always say everyone is allowed one F word on this show. How the fuck do you walk in those things?
I get that question a lot.
Okay.
So again, I trained for a while for pole dancing, so I'm used to walking in like dancing, jumping, everything in these boys. So it's like just walking in these are fine.
It's just second nature to you then.
Exactly.
I'm just like looking at how someone like me would fall and hurt myself.
A lot of people say they're like, I'm a really clumsy person. I don't know how I could do that. And I'm just like, I'm also a really clumsy person, but I just learned. So
You just have practice.
exactly.
Consul, who did you I saw pictures of who you cosplayed, but mind going to for those who didn't see or don't follow you, mind telling them who you did cosplay this year?
Yeah, so I cosplayed Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise for the first day. And then Usagi from Juni Tyson the second day.
Now, the first one is the one who looks like a ninja, and then the other one is where you told me that you made the tail out of a beach ball.
Yes, I have it right here.
Oh yeah, please. I mean, since Mary showed her heels and props, might as well show the big ass bunny tail, which I can't believe you. Holy shit, that's a big boy. And you said it was a beach ball?
Yes, it's a beach ball, covered in fur.
Okay, so usually this is a question I would ask in the get to know the cosplayer, but real quick, how did you go about making the tail? I don't know if I can show the cosplay because I saw what the character looks like. It's like, I don't know.
He's a naked murder bunny. That's what I always tell people. A naked murder
Who wears
bunny.
like a Borat looking one piece suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to call it a thong.
Oh god, yeah.
So beach balls, usually the way that beach balls are made, they kind of have like this shape to them, like kind of like stacked together,
Oh
and
yeah,
that kind of makes
yeah.
the round.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically just copied that pattern off of a beach ball, and then cut my fur that way. Like, so I put tape on the seams of the beach ball and then peeled off the tape, and it was kind of like this shape. And then I taped that right on my fur and then cut out a bunch of those, sewed them together. Except I left a little hole on the end to where I could shove the deflated beach ball in. And then I just inflated it and it turned into this.
And you got the harness for. So did that weigh anything? Or and another question I'm gonna ask: did people accidentally run into that?
It's probably only a couple of pounds. So it wasn't too heavy. It's held up with suspenders, that are actually still attached to it. But yeah, it's just held up with suspenders. I think I did a fairly good job about not running into people. I had
make it launch.
zero. Yeah, I was like, I had Zero to help me and a couple of my other friends to help me. Not run into it. The hardest part was sitting down
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that
because
looks like it'd be a pain in the butt to like sit down with such a a big prop, because I would consider that
yeah,
I would consider that a prop since you like made it.
yeah, so I basically just made sure that I had an end seat wherever panel or event that we went to. And then I turned the chair around and I sat on the chair backwards.
Oh,
So that,
you basically did this. You basically did what Stein does in
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
the Stein
exactly.
sitting pose where he sits in his office
Mhm.
chair the other way around.
Exactly. So that's basically what I did so that I could keep the bunny tail on and not really be in anyone's way, is I just made sure I was on an end seat and then I just turned the chair around. So
Nice. And I also know you were wearing your man chest as well.
yes, yeah.
And
Those are
if
my
anyone knows console, they are notorious for wearing man chest for their cosplays.
Yeah, I had my sclera contacts in. I
Yeah.
had fake teeth, like fake pointy
I
teeth.
saw that, which I remember seeing your post. We're saying you only wear like the top because it would have been a pain wearing both.
Yeah, yeah. And then I had my man chest. So I was just, it was like so
And heels.
uncomfortable. And heels, yeah.
What's the name of the character?
Usagi.
Okay.
And then it's
It
from
means
Jujutsu
rabbit in
Kaisen.
Japanese. And he's a rabbit.
He's a rabbit. Murder
Usa-
rabbit.
Murder
Usagi from what?
Junie
Junin
Tyson.
Kaisen.
Or Zodiac Wars.
Juni.
Oh, Junie. I just okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can show a picture of the cosplay. I don't know if I can show a picture of the cosplay, but I can show a picture of like it's not a full picture of him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Which
I can show
I
that.
today got some of my stuff, not to toot my own horn, for one of the characters also. I'm cosplaying the boar and I'm really excited.
What's the name of the boar?
I don't know her name. I just call her the boar.
Okay,
But from the same series.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm excited to have a lace front again. Oh.
oh, her.
Yes, lady.
Yeah.
I love her.
Those are some I mean, I'm not trying to make this sound like an innuendo, but those are some big guns.
Yup.
It's a PG-13 podcast. I could say that. Your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, she does got some mean machine guns.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
gonna cosplay them together.
those are gonna be interesting props to make.
So excited.
Oh, Junie Tyson Zodiac War. Okay, I've heard of this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, nice.
Yeah, we were both animals that day because I was doing the horse spirit and then they were doing the murder bunny.
Yeah, we had a whole animal squad going on.
Sure did. We convinced our friends that day to they were like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to cosplay this character or this character." I was like, "Be the cat girl," because we're all doing animals, and then we convinced other friends to do another fox spirit and a dog. So
Nice.
So it was a fun little romp that we
I think so. The name is called Yuno Shishi. I think that's the name. I probably butchered that name. That's their name. The Zodiac of the Boar is one of the 12 elite warriors selected for the Deadly Zodiac War. Nice. Very nice. So back to you, Mary.
Mhm.
What were some of your favorite moments from this con?
I mean, I'm always gonna say sitting down. So
I
like
mean,
anytime. So anytime we're in like panels or like cosplay contests or like anything, like that's always pretty much my favorite part. But like and also ruling out like hanging out with friends. But I honestly, even though I didn't participate in it, I think my favorite part was the autographs, just because they keep on getting better every year, I've noticed with Wasabi Con, and that just makes me really happy
Yeah,
that
they
just
look like they got a lot of good guests this year.
yeah, like last year they had like a bunch of like Pokemon and like Zenitsu, also a Nezuko, and they also had the original voice dub for Naruto as well too,
Oh
which
well, they
was
had
really
her.
cool.
I think I saw someone. Yeah, I think I saw pictures
Yeah,
of her.
yeah, we also met her as well.
And they also looks
Yeah.
like they also had a maid cafe as there as well. The maid,
The
yeah,
makeup is
Yeah.
super
maid
cool.
cafe Mikusu. I think that's how the name is
Hmm.
pronounced. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like looking at pictures. They even had like some cosplay guests too. Like I recognize Mama Samu and Maddie Kate cosplay.
Yeah,
Nice. This con
Yeah.
looks
yeah,
like it was fun.
Mhm.
yeah.
Maddie
This like
Kate was
with
the
the
one.
go on.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Maddie Kate was the one that ran the how to make money off of
Oh, that's
cosplay
right.
channel.
Yeah, because they're a full. Yeah, they're basically this is like their career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember when Maddie was on this. I remember when I had Maddie Kate on this channel
No
back in the
one.
day. Yeah, no, that's crazy. It looks like this con was really cool. They even had cosplay deviants, Monaco Real.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I get which yeah, the voice of Suyu. They had Ian Sinclair, and he's done countless things, like literally so many things, but like the main thing that it was like the big show was like Brooke from One Piece. And which I thought it was really funny for me personally was the reason why I cosplayed One Piece was because I had some friends doing it and I was like, God, I really want to cosplay One Piece with them, so I'll do it that. And then I got there and then I was like, oh my God, Ian Sinclair is here. Everyone's gonna
Wait, who does he
bananas over
voice?
my Nani.
Brooke.
Who?
Brooke, the skeleton from One Piece.
Oh, the guy with the skeleton with the big afro.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen people take video of him where he's doing that iconic laugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Which I think is really funny because as I was little Nami, we were just walking around the corner, and then I just heard that laugh really loud behind me, and I went, I like went into a visceral reaction.
If like I feel like Ian Sinclair is easily recognizable. Just look for a tall guy with a beard.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. He's tall.
Hmm.
I mean his character. I mean he voices a tall character in One Piece.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Because yeah, Brooke is like, I think they said he's 8 feet or like 8'5", like
Yeah.
including his afro. I think.
Yeah. He's at least 8 feet.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
yeah.
Um.
I love Brooke.
Console, same question. What were some of your favorite things about Wasabi this year?
I mean, hanging out with friends was fun, obviously. We had some fun times. Everyone enjoyed my tail. There was a
Yeah.
whole like minute long session where everyone was just drumming on my tail. Like I had like 4 or 5 people surrounding me and they're just like,
As you do when you see a big fluffy tail.
yeah,
Yeah, there were so
aggressively
many
banging on my
people.
tail.
At least it didn't pop or anything.
No, no, it was fine.
Yeah, so many people, like random people, just went up to them, was like, "Can I pet your tail?"
At least they. I
Yeah,
mean, at least they ask because I know there are some people who would just randomly just come up not asking, just like
yeah.
No,
Yeah. I
cosplay is consent.
really,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the lip sync this year.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that as far as the main events go, that one was my favorite this year. There was some hilarious performances, specifically the Titan
Yep.
and the
Yep.
Wall. So funny.
So.
Um, I believe Sweet Maple Panda have the whole thing recorded on their
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel.
Yep.
Um,
Be
so
sure to check that out. Be sure to check out Sweet Maple Panda.
yep.
Yeah,
Um,
she's been mentioned quite a bit on here too.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They're really nice. They're
Yep.
nice.
They're our
But
pals.
health. So yeah, it was. I'd probably say the lip sync was probably one of my favorite things this year, aside from just hanging out with friends and having a good time.
Nice. So I wasn't able to ask this in the last convention recap. I did because time constraints. Show of hands, either of you, any convention horror stories from this year, like just weird, awkward moments. Like just like it was kind of, and you kind of go, what the hell did that just
I
actually
have one
happen?
from last year, but
That hey,
no.
why not share it? Why not?
Oh my gosh, from last year, they like turned off the like elevator sensors. So we literally watched this guy get his arm stuck in the elevator.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were like,
Well, because yeah, he had his arm there to kind of keep it open for the
for
next
other
guest,
people
but
to
it
come
just
in.
closed right on him.
Oh,
Mhm.
that is. I hope that guy's okay.
He's fine.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
That's just one
We
way.
also watched him get his arm out.
That's just one
Yeah.
way for your con experience not to go. And that's like always a big
Yeah,
fear of mine. Like those sensors aren't always working properly.
yeah, yeah. That was, yeah, that was crazy.
Oh man,
That was a
that
time.
just was not something I'm sure no one wanted to witness happen.
No, no. Luckily, again, it didn't get like fully like crushed or anything.
Mhm.
Like it got stuck for a second, and then we were able to like be like, okay, let's get your arm out.
Yeah,
Before, yeah, no.
we had people on both sides like pulling the door apart
Mhm.
so he could get his hand out.
That's
So
really that's nice of you guys to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Uh,
crazy.
What else we were gonna do? Just watch him.
well, I mean,
Yeah, but
that's some scary stuff though. I
It
mean,
was really. It was like we were kind of were panicking in the moment
no one wants
because
to
we
have
thought
their
that
arm just like
door was gonna stop, like, but it didn't.
it just kept going.
Yeah. Ooh.
that's just man.
But other than that, I mean,
This year went fairly smooth, I think.
That's
yeah, I
good
think
to
so
hear.
too.
I mean, aside from the like, oh, like my high heel hurts, or I got my high heel stuck in the sidewalk for a second, but
It's the danger of wearing and I mean, it's been mentioned many times. If you're gonna be wearing if you want to wear heels for the first time for your cosplay, do that shit at home and walk around before making a long trek, whether it's flats, heels, any type of boots. Break them in, test them at home. Because
I okay, I guess
did you guys bring extra pairs of shoes like flats or
Oh
something?
no, absolutely not. A hardcore baby.
I had a pair in the car, but I never actually changed into them.
Well, I mean, you guys are used to wear that's like it's like wearing nothing at this point on your
Yeah.
feet because you both of you are so used to wearing. I mean, you got those weird wooden. I don't know what the hell they are, but like
If
the
it
fact
gets bad, I will just take off my shoes because, as you mentioned before, I literally just go barefoot all
I
the
mean,
time.
I mean, I'm not like I wasn't poking fun of that. I mean, you
No,
basically
I love it.
you basically committed to cosplaying as Toph at Anna Medford last year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like full on commit. So like, more power to you on
I
that.
always do. We went to Dragon Con last year, and I walked all the way from our hotel to the convention, which was only like a couple blocks away, like barefoot in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. Is that the smartest thing to do?
No.
But do I do it anyways?
Yes.
Especially when I have my blinders in too. I'm like, I can't
Oh.
see where I'm going. Oops. Oh well.
Yeah. I guess as far as horror stories for me, literally hours before we were going to drive down, it was the night before the con. I had just taken a shower, I got out of the shower and I stepped on some of the fur that I had been because I had been sewing this, so there was fur all over the floor, and I'd stepped on a little pile of fur and I slipped and fell and totally just bashed my foot like so hard. So
Oh.
it was
And the
bruised
fact you
and
were able to walk in
swollen.
heels 2 days after that is like
We're
what,
hardcore, baby.
like what broken foot? I'm fine, just like slowly limping.
Yeah. It was bruised and swollen like really bad, and then but I mean it's still a little bit bruised right now actually, but it was so bad. But I still wore the heels.
Commitment right there, back to you, Mary. Overall experience with this con.
If I were to give it like a scale from like 1 to 10,
Yeah, 1 to 10. I think I'm actually start doing that. So out of a 10, what would you rate this con?
I would say at the very least this year, I would give it like a 7. I fairly enjoyed it. There was even like, which they didn't have last year, at least to my knowledge, they didn't have it last year. They had even like a game room too, where they had like a
Ooh.
bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
Ah,
Japanese games that they brought in,
I
and I
remember.
The
was
game
like,
was really big.
I remember
it
seeing.
was big.
I saw Level Up Expo this year have like a giant, like another what Japanese games from Dance Dance Revolution to those Japanese drum games. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad
Hydro
to see. I'm
Jam.
glad to see. It's mainly anime conventions, but I'm like glad to see these anime gaming conventions just have like that one room dedicated to nothing but games. That
Yeah.
makes it more fun and enjoyable.
I agree. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the fact that they had that, and then they also, to mention like more 18 plus stuff, they had like panel rooms on, this is on the like not the ground floor, not the lobby, but on that third floor. That's where like the gaming room was and where the main stage was. And on one side of it, they had like the normal panel rooms, and then on the other side, that was the 18 plus panels, which they had people constantly checking the wristbands,
Oh,
which
good.
I really like that it was very much like separate, and that they were had there was like actually security,
It's
even
basically
though
it's in a way its own quote unquote red light district.
yeah. Exactly. Even though I would say that other people might disagree, at the very least, with my opinion and my experience, I did see there was actually a bunch of checkpoints where people were checking badges, where they were like, you can't come into here, like X, Y, and Z. Like I felt
Oh
like
no,
it was very,
I completely agree.
yeah.
At SatCon, what they'll do is when you're walking into like the vendors hall, they'll literally have you hold up your,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they'll literally have you hold up this.
Yeah.
They like the security. I think security like that is good. It's less stress on the con itself having to
Agreed.
like run around and like, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had myself and one of my friends literally just like leave the elevator, and like, and to be on the third floor where like a bunch of, like, again, like I said, main stage and all the panel rooms, just immediately leave, and then people being like, "Where's your badge?" And I was like, "It's right here. Like I just left the elevator. Like goodness gracious." So the fact that it wasn't only just me, like I felt like that was a very good sign that they actually are checking, and there are people like constantly going with the flow with the 18 plus and everything. Like I that's but of course there's always like room to improve, but that's why I'm giving it like a good like 7 out of 10, because I
It
fairly
was
enjoyed it,
good,
and
but
I thought they were kind of,
it was good, but just like any con, even your cons that are like ran
yeah,
perfectly, they still have their faults.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Same question for you, console. Overall experience and overall rating for this con.
Um, Again, overall positive experience. I was also going to give it a 7 out of 10. Um, it was, yeah, overall really good.
Yeah.
And to expand on the like 18 plus thing, not only did they have a whole separate area for 18 plus the artists, but also the panel rooms. But what was nice about getting to the 18 plus panel rooms is it was actually a relatively narrow hallway, so that there was no way where anyone could kind of sneak by or
Yeah.
sneak in like a large group. It was quite literally a hallway where you could only walk maybe
Oh,
side by side with one other person. So it was where they had placed those adult
Mm-hmm.
panels was very smart, like where they had them.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall I'd say 7 out of 10. You can tell that they're taking um recommendations and
Yeah.
suggestions from attendees to heart, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of those stuff that were complaints from last year were some of the things that were improved on this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So yeah, but
No,
overall there is
that's
a
good to
lot
know.
that they can still do and still work on. But I think they actually are taking into account what the attendees are saying and what they'd like to see improvements on in the future. So
Nice. And last but not least, before the final question, back to you, Mary. Is this a con you would recommend to someone who's wanted to check out more cons in the Pacific Northwest?
I would say like if you're coming from like California, then yeah, I would say it's at least worth it, especially if you have like a friend that's like nearby and so you can just like bump together. But if you're coming from like the East Coast, then I would say no, because especially because they actually do have a Wasabi Con in Florida.
Yeah,
But
I've heard about the one in Florida.
yeah, I would say that if it keeps continuing the way that it is how it was this year, then absolutely. I do think that it definitely has a lot of potential, especially from its background, what we've been before to how it's evolved to
I mean,
now. It's going on the right track.
this con is still in its infancy. It's
Yeah.
been I mean, because I think what 2019 it was Phantom PDX, and then
Yeah.
2020 it was nothing because of COVID. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like 2 years old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still a lot of improving to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing cons, if they choose to, is improve, make it better for everyone to have a good experience.
Yeah.
And yeah. Same question for you, Console. Is this a con you would recommend to someone who's wanted to check out more cons in the Pacific Northwest? Because there are a lot of cons coming to the Pacific Northwest as of late.
Yes, absolutely. For the size that it's at, yes. I think for how small of a con it is and how new of a con it is, um, it already feels established, like well established, which
Mm-hmm.
again, they have a whole other Wasabi Con in Florida. So they came here knowing kind of already how to run a convention. So for it for the size that it is, being a small con, I would say it's worth it. But if you're not a fan of small cons, or if you're wanting that out of state large con experience, I would probably say no.
Yeah.
Um, but if you are a fan of smaller cons, or if you are in the area, I would say
I mean,
yes.
I like small cons. It's
Same.
the price is cheaper. I mean, yeah, you're still having to like travel to it, but like
Mhm.
it's worth it, at least to experience once if you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we're going to Anna Medford, baby. Woo!
Oh, much bigger look. By the time this comes out, check.
I'm
So
so excited for Anna Medford.
I'm
yeah,
so excited for Anna
we'll talk more
Medford. We've
about that.
always had a good time there.
We'll talk more about that after we end this. Back to you, Mary. Since you're new here, it's something I've been asking. Would you like to drop those pluggables to let people know where they can find you on social media to keep up with your cosplay content?
Yeah. My name's a little hard to like spell just because it's like a not known word, but it is a word. It's meritorious.cause. So just MERITORIOUS. So but normally when you type in like MER or MERT, normally I show up and I'm a big yellow Rin normally. I'm mainly just on Instagram. But I'm also that on TikTok too. So if you enjoy all them tic-tac-toes. So I do a lot of One Piece stuff. We've been doing a lot of JoJo stuff as always. And so if you enjoy any of that, come find me.
Right. And then same question for you, Console. Where can people, for those who are new to this channel, where can people find you if they want to stay up to date for your cosplay content?
I am Consul of Cosplay on everything. That's CONSUL.of.cosplay. Instagram, TikTok, technically YouTube, but I haven't really done much with that yet. Um, but yeah, mostly Instagram and TikTok as of right now.
Nice. Links, and you all know where you can find me. Link in the description below. And by the time this is out, hopefully those who will be watching this did get to go to it. Real quick though, once this after comes out, where can people possibly find you for future cons this year? Because I know constantly you're
Okay,
saying
I'm the keeper of the list of what cons we're going to. It's me.
because I know you said you're
Um,
doing Anime Week in Atlanta.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going, well, first we're going to be obviously in Medford. That's next week. But obviously when this comes out. Then we're going to Rose City Comic Con, which is in September. And then we're hopefully gonna go to CoopCon.
KuCon.
I've heard CubeCon is good.
Which is September 9th, in Vancouver, Washington, at the Vancouver Mall. But which we had a really good time at last year. And then after CoopCon, after Rose City, then we're going to AWA in Atlanta, and then KumodiCon in Portland, Oregon.
Yours truly will be there as well.
Yeah, and of course I gotta bring it up because it's me, but it's my birthday, that Kumo weekend, and I'm very excited.
My birthday's a week before that. It's my late birthday gift to me.
Literally.
And then what about after Kumo to end the year?
After Kumo, I'm not entirely sure if I'd have to check my calendar specifically for that far out.
Yeah, I was like, I have a list, but it's in the notes app on my phone, so I'd have to like go out of the Zoom.
So
Yeah.
be sure to check them out. Also, if you're in the Atlanta area in October, be sure to check them out at AWA as well. Can't
Yeah,
wait
we're
to see
gonna be
what
doing Junie Tyson.
Nice. Can't wait to see that.
The bunny will be back.
Yeah, and then I'll
Oh.
have my boar and my big machine guns.
As always, I'm Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.